northwest side.
I think.
Hello, Toastmaster, fellow members, and most welcome guests. Have you ever thought about what makes a public space work? Or what attracts people to use a public space in their neighborhood, in their cities? So, answering these questions and evaluating the actual use of urban spaces is a great contribution to our cities. I'm going to introduce you to one of my urban intervention projects, which called Placemaking with People Circles, which shed a light on public spaces designed through people engaging people and residents. So, what's placemaking? Placemaking is an transformative process which inspires people and residents to share their inputs, ideas to improve their public spaces design. Placemaking strengthens the connection between people, between residents, and those places that they are sharing on a daily basis. More than just urban designing, which will happen throughout our cities, placemaking is just about connecting people and also to facilitate creative patterns of activities and programs that are going to connect residents and peoples through cultural, environmental, and social programs. And it's going to define a place and support its ongoing evaluation. Placemaking is how people are perceive a place and how they are collectively and intentionally using and shaping their community. Placemaking is an effective process which is based on the neighborhood and the city assets, who are the people of the city and the residents. It's an inspiration, it's a potential, and ultimately it's going to create a good public space. So, which will promote people's and residents' health and happiness and well-being. So the main point in placemaking is that people who are using the place and their neighborhood, they are providing the most valuable ideas, comments about their space and those places that they're using every day. So they are providing us with valuable perspective and insights into how to create a place. So they are also going to help in identifying the issues that every place within a city is facing. So I'm going to do this placemaking with people circles. What's the people circle? People circle is a problem-solving process, and it is going to build communities and build relationship between residents. It's generating mutual understanding between residents and people, and it's going to strengthen the relationship among them by creating a democratic dialogue between the residents in a people circle. And they're going to sharing their stories, their perception when they are in the people circle process. And that people circle is inclusive and respectful because it is a democratic dialogue. So what are the elements of people circle? I would say that when people are invited to the people circle through a public space, we have an opening ceremony which will let them and allow them to get familiar with each other, have some refreshment foods, and then they have opened themselves to the positive opportunities. And then we have a closing ceremony as well, which will just be to honor their contribution to the placemaking process. We have a talking piece. Talking piece is an object that will circulate and pass from a person to the other, to just give the permission to the person who holds it to just that person talk. That's the respectfulness of the people circle. And we have guidelines. These guidelines would show that how the group will perform and interact among each other. And we have a facilitator. The facilitator is the one who is monitoring the whole process of the people circle. The last but not the least is the consensus decision making, which at this point decisions are getting made and they are very balanced because they are coming out from the democratic dialogue between residents and people, and they are inclusive and sustainable. And they are exploring ideas and those ideas that each person chooses to bring to the discussion. Physical format of the people circle is very important. Usually people are going to sit or stand in a circle layout without any table or anything in the center among them, which will show that and demonstrate that they are experiencing different dynamic, and they are going to have an equal position, and they are connected to each other. Therefore, there are 4 parts in the people's circle. First, we have getting acquainted among ourselves, and we are going to build relationship. We are addressing the issues of the public space, and we are going to develop an action plan, which is a framework of design guidelines. Through implementing the people's circle throughout the process of the placemaking, we are going to generate ideas about how to design and improve public spaces. So, develop design guidelines. Just think for a moment. What if we build our cities, our neighborhoods, our public space through people circles? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mojgan. Will you please have a minute on the timer to